I want from you.
I shall never
let them buy their wedding.
I shall never let
Nobody did absolute.
what my plan.
Good girls,
Don't let us
What my plan.
good girl,
mighty lots of.
What my plan.
good girl,
Let them buy their wedding.
What my plan.
good girl,
Nobody did absolute.
What my plan.
good girl,
Come into all. Don't let us
What my plan.
good girl,
mighty lots of.
What my plan.
good girl,
Let them buy their wedding.
What my plan.
good girl,
Nobody did absolute. Did absolute. Did absolute.
I shall never every day desire.
I do.
I shall never every day.
Mighty lots of.
I shall never.
Let them buy their wedding.
I shall never.
Nobody did absolute.
I shall never let
You can twist the heart.
I shall never let stay.
Mighty lots of.
I shall never
Let them buy them wedding.
I shall never
Nobody did absolute.
what my plan.
Good girls,
Don't let us.
What my plan.
good girl,
Mighty lots of.
What my plan.
good girl,
Let them buy their wedding.
What my plan.
good girl,
Nobody did absolute.
What my plan.
good girl,
Come into all. Don't let us.
What my plan.
good girl,
Mighty lots of.
What my plan.
good girl,
Let them buy their wedding.
What my plan.
good girl,
Nobody did absolute.
Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. Conquer it. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Darachat. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, because unfortunately people still say Daramouthe, even though I've tried to tell them there's a silent e at the end, but no one listens to me. But anyway, I'm here with the lovely Fairy Mysterious, because in essence she is very mysterious. It lends itself to wordplay. I'm just saying. All right. How are you, young lady?
I am very, very good.
You're
How are
you're
you?
you're very good. I thought you were awesome. All right, I guess I'll
I
take going back.
Yes, I'm awesome too.
Oh, that whole you can't just be good and awesome at the same time. That's like someone saying they're pretty good. You can only be pretty or good. You can't be both. That's a lie.
Well, it would be bad. It would be more awesome if it was the weekend. We're almost there.
That is true. That is true. It's nicer. Well, of course, it's nicer. Very, very good. Well, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. He's being very unfair about it. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be
Yeah,
throwing puns out there like snow tomorrow. No,
I
I understand.
I love doing
Fully.
plays on words, and originally I had a different gamer tag, but I had had it for so long I wanted to change it up when I started streaming, and
Yeah.
I decided to use the one that I ended up using on my Xbox account because my original tag that I'd used was taken, and so I had to come up with something when I was like making my Xbox account, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I had to just
What?
think something.
Wait.
Yeah.
So your username was taken?
And it was a very unusual username. Like it also had fairy in it, but it was
I'm sorry. I was trying
oh,
to do a wordplay there.
okay. So this one wasn't. This was available, but like I had to change it from my which I was surprised because like I come up with unusual names because I hate adding numbers. I will avoid adding numbers to my username at all costs. So I will
right
come
there
up
with
with
you.
I try to think up something creative every time to avoid numbers.
What do you think this user? What do you think this name is? It's
Yes.
basically on the same principle right there, except it's based off a alcoholic drink. Though I don't drink alcohol, it was just the word sounded. The word had that thing where it's just okay. That's an interesting word, and then you kind of play around with it. And so the first version of that playing around with it is sort of the one you see on Twitter X is Daramouthe, and then this is sort of the secondary one. Um,
Yeah.
so that's
Okay.
I've played around with. I played with. There was So there was a game a long time ago on the Wii. It was called Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles My Kingdom or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
And you could name your kingdom and whatnot. And that was a long time ago. I'm surprised
Mhm.
they haven't like ported it over, whatever. But you know how it is. I must lurk now. Oh,
They should port that game over.
yeah, that would be nice. There's a lot of the games I wish they would port over, but man, it's a lot of that. Um, he's like doing fours. Like, good goodness gracious.
I love
But
the emoji. Thanks for the emoji love, Hemp
the
Hero.
emoji love. The
Yes.
oh, Lex is doing it too. Not you too, Lex.
And legs.
But one of the names I gave the kingdom wasn't there, which was Wasindare. But thank you, Hemp. Much appreciated, kind sir. Thank you.
Aw.
But yeah, I gave it to oh, now he's just spamming stuff. Look, I see. I know you. You went to school and they said, "Here's a computer," and you said, "Look at all the buttons," and you just pressed them at random.
He's like the kid that was like in the elevator and pressed all the elevator buttons at what?
You wanted to throw that kid out the elevator at the next floor. It's like, "You dirty." Um, but no, the name of the kingdom wasn't there, but it was a play on wasn't there.
I like that.
And I was just like, I can't believe I came up with this. And it's just like, yeah. So I can understand just coming up with stuff. But yeah, the pushed all the floors. What?
But it's
All the
kind of it's a culmination of other different parts of other names that I've had over the years.
yeah.
My first online alias that I ever used on the internet
Mhm.
was Mist, MYST.
Yeah, missed. Okay.
And from there I've had all different like variations and
Mhm.
additions. And so yeah, sometimes if I was getting creative because I play like a lot of online games. And
Yeah.
so I try to come up with like creative usernames because like I said, I hate numbers.
Yeah.
So I'd be like Mist, Mysterious, all sorts of different things, variations, Mystic,
Mhm.
a lot and things like that. So it's yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I would have been like a mysterious box of fish or something like that. But anyway,
And then I'm obsessed with fairies and always have been and wish I was a fairy. So
but not all fairies are good though, so you have to remember that.
I'm a good fairy. I'm the kind that like grants wishes, like a fairy god sister or
Well,
aunt.
I got some wishes for you now. I'm just joking. Thank you for that, Lex. No, I wanted to let you know while you're here though is that your link to your Rumble channel is wrong, so you need to re-change that. Like on Twitter X, when you have your Rumble channel link, it goes to a 401, so you're gonna have to change that.
Oh, is that
Yep, yep,
it might have been because I changed my channel name. I
possibly.
might have forgot to update the link. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for letting
might
me know
want.
about that. I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, I might wanna do that because I was trying to link because I do try to go to the link and then get the link from that point, but I went to it's like, it's not there, and it's like, "What?"
Okay, edit. Let me
Yeah, so I was like, "I better let her know before we, because otherwise people will be like, 'I can't find her channel,' and then stuff like that, so be patient
wait.
with us
Is
as
it
she
okay?
is what I think it's like if you were to look up in the chat or not the chat, the search bar, it'd be like Fairy Mysterious Adventures or something like that. In the search bar. You got 2 of them. One's user, one's channel. So,
Okay, there we go. It's very mysterious
yes.
adventures.
She's,
That's
uh,
what I
she
changed it to.
she's very mysterious,
I
Um,
did update it for less confusion because it was like the same username as the same channel name, and I was like, okay, this is getting confusing. I'm gonna
yeah. See, I'm glad I told you because it was like I clicked on it, I went nowhere, and I was like, curses.
Okay, it should be
Curses.
correct now. Let me
Okay.
double check it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
there we go.
See, we fixed something today. We solved something today, and you didn't even know it.
Thank you. I appreciate that because, like I just so I'm new to streaming, so I just started
Mhm.
on September 1st. Actually, it was like
Nice.
first stream I ever did,
Mhm.
ever, anywhere
Yeah.
on planet Earth, and I chose Rumble, of course, because Rumble's awesome.
First, then, where have you done streaming elsewhere? Like, have you been to the moon lately, or is it? When you say first on Earth,
I
I'm like,
don't I don't know.
uh-huh, yeah, that's what they all say, and then it's
They
like,
could
oh,
stream from some other planets. I don't
yeah, yeah,
know.
no, no, we get it. You're an alien. I understand it. It's okay. Um, but but no, it was just that was just like, wait a second, why would you say it like that?
I don't even
Um,
know.
hey, you know what? We're learning as we go. Today, class, we're gonna learn a little about Fairy Mysterious. And, it may go well, it may not go well, but, you'll certainly learn something. Um, but, uh, but yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. It's, like September 1st, but, so I mean, I know you've done gaming, but is that just what you do is just the gaming side, or do you do more than that?
I mean, right now, all I'm doing is video game
Mhm.
streaming, but I
Yeah.
do eventually plan to branch out and do other things as well.
Right. I mean,
So,
y yeah, you probably
mhm.
got a lot of other brain things you wanna do, right? You wanna show off the brain of the fairy, right?
Yes.
You get the mystery side, now you wanna show off the brainy side? I mean, come on, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I have a lot, I have different interests, so um I definitely would like to do commentary because I have a lot to say about movies and
Ooh. Uh-oh.
shows, and, I'm just because 'cause I'm naturally a very analytical person, it's just how I am, and then after a while, when you've watched so many
Mhm.
programs, you start to, like, go, "Okay, this has been done a million times before, I can predict the whole entire plot line before halfway through the movie."
Yeah.
Um, all sitcoms have the same formula, all rom-coms have the same so it's like,
But
I I have a
yeah.
lot to say about movies.
Well, and the funny
Yeah.
thing is like, I mean, once you get it down to a genre, it's like, oh, okay, so what is this horror movie about? Oh, wow, there's gonna be a lot of blood and gore. Wowee. Oh, the people don't win. Ooh, wow, yeah. I mean, this is thing, this is the thing for me for horror movies is that, you have the, Chucky's, Jason, Michael, all this stuff. At the end of the day, they're nothing but slasher films. It's just blood and guts and gore all over the place. It kind of
Mhm.
gets a little boring after a while. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, they were split in half, they were gutted. Oh, wow, ooh, let me just go throw up in the corner over here because I can't handle this. It's like, can you do something else? The ones that really get me though are like thriller. I think there's only been a few, horror movies I would watch again, and one was the, Megan film.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm not big on horror.
Yeah, yeah, well, neither am I, but the movies, Megan, it was alright. There was some blood, but it
Mhm.
wasn't too much. I know they did make an unrated version, but I mean, I don't need to see an unrated version. I can handle the one that they show. And the other one was the Five Nights at Freddy's one. That was the one I went to see.
Oh, I haven't seen
What? You haven't seen it? Yeah, no, yes, show
No, because
done. Alright,
I don't do yeah, I don't like to be scared, like, I don't like blood, and I don't like
right.
scary stuff generally, so unless it has like, the only way you'll kinda get me to watch it is if
Yeah.
you can convince me that it's a good story.
Well, the
So,
the
Like Stephen King,
mm,
like, I've watched some that I still haven't watched The Shining because I couldn't even finish reading the book.
the
I
book.
got too freaked
Mhm,
out, so I'm like, "If I can't finish the book, I know I can't watch the movie," so,
yeah.
um, but I have watched some Stephen King stuff because the story was so good, and I always kind of like how he has it where they're a lot of the time, he kind of
Mhm,
uses a thing where they all knew each other, like, they've all
mhm,
been friends since childhood, and they have,
right.
like, this bond together.
Yeah.
He's done that in multiple stories. I think It comes first to mind.
Yeah.
But he's done that in a few others as well. I think Stand By Me.
Yo, yep. A Stand By Me.
Um, and I kind of like that. I like the whole like, here we got to figure out and fight against this evil thing with my friends that I've known since childhood.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I like that kind of thing and interesting stories and stuff.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen all of them or anything, so I
Okay.
like The
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption. That's like
Yep.
one of my favorite movies.
What about the Green Mile?
Yes, excellent,
Mm-mm.
excellent. Both of those are excellent films.
And they're both directed by Frank Darabont. How about that?
Oh, real? I didn't know it was the same director.
Oh yeah, yep. That was the same director. Well, I mean, they're both prison movies, so ironically, but yeah, the story. That's as far as I know, the information is that Frank Darabont, who also directed the first few seasons of Walking Dead, and I
Mm,
think True Blood as well.
mhm,
He directed both those movies, and while one is mostly non-paranormal, almost like the Joe Schmo who got thrown into prison for no apparent reason. The other one is supernatural in its essence, The Green Mile. And but I always love getting to watch the movie because, my gosh, Michael, uh, what was his full name? Something. Oh, I know it started with Michael. Oh gosh, dang it! I'm gonna have to look it up now. Uh, let me see if I can't. Michael Clark. That's right, Michael Clark Duncan. That was his name. That was a big dude. But man, Michael
mhm,
Clark Duncan in that movie. John Coffey,
mhm,
just
mhm.
just not
So
spelled your name.
good.
Yep, and it was it's one of those. I mean, it's one of the few uh ones done by Stephen King, not directed or anything, but it's just one of the few done by Stephen King that's not a horror movie.
Mhm.
It's more supernatural. Yeah, it has a supernatural
Yes.
to it, but it's not anything to do with horror, and I think that's a rarity. And because you compare it to, say, Pet Cemetery, it what is it? Not Doubt. It was Dread. No, Misery. That's right, Misery. Um, and a few others, and I think um for me, both The Shawshank Redemption and Green Mile are kind of one of my few 10 out of 10 movies because um, I just enjoy watching it. And then I'm not sure which one is longer though because they do go for a few hours each.
Yeah, they both seem pretty long. And then I really like what in The Shawshank Redemption.
Mm.
Why can't I remember the actor's name? It's like blanking.
Tim Robbins.
Yeah. Tim Robbins, like I saw him in an interview once talking about it, and he was saying how he hates happy endings because um in movies in general because they just get like, too many movies just do it for the sake of making the audience happy, right? Like, let's
Mm.
make everybody feel okay at the end. Let's have an happy ending. So he feels like a lot of the time it's not a deserved happy ending. It's just made that way formulaically just to make everybody happy. Um,
Well,
with the
it,
exception of the Shawshank Redemption
yeah,
because he earned it. He earned
yeah.
that
Well,
happy ending.
Well, not only that, it
Like,
wasn't. I
yeah,
wouldn't say it was a full happy ending. It was sort of like
right,
a open ending, really,
right.
because yeah. So
But he managed to get out was the whole thing,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
so but it was like that wasn't just a tacked on like, okay, let's just make it a happy ending, make the audience happy so they don't leave depressed. That was he he crawled through miles of sludge
Yeah, well,
to get to his
sewer.
freedom, like
Mhm.
literally, like, yeah.
I think the saying was is like a few football fields of
Yeah,
human waste.
yeah, was it like 5 football fields or something, I think?
I
Equivalent?
think so,
I
but
forget. It
yeah.
was a long
Well, he certainly threw up in it. That's for sure. But
I
yeah,
but it's just like I love that because that's like the best moment because it's just like I know it shows like the whole thing of like sheer human will, like anything, like if you're like determined,
Yeah.
like anything's what you think is impossible, you can make possible. And
Yeah.
I like messages like that because I feel like yeah, we people often limit themselves when they shouldn't.
Mhm,
People are capable of a lot more than they realize.
mhm. No, I did not. I didn't have any interest. I sort
I,
of know who's in it, but I didn't have any interest. What about you? Did you watch it? The Hereditary?
the Hereditary?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I mean, I heard about it. I've heard some talk about it, but I just wasn't interested. Because again, there are horror movies that don't interest me much. Like I never saw what is it? Insidious. I've never seen any of the Insidious ones. I
Yeah, I
just
haven't seen those either.
I'm not that wholesome. What are you talking about? I said balls once on air. I don't think that's very wholesome. My she
I know.
she said she hated it. Well, it's understandable. I haven't watched it personally. Yeah, I don't. Hereditary. I don't. There's some things that draw me to watch something and then not. And um, last week I had some time off, and so because I do have a full time job. So I went to go see a
Mhm.
bunch of different movies, and of course, I went to go see Wicked. All right, I went to go see that one. It was all right. My siblings were fans of the 2003 Broadway one. They actually went to go see the not in, I don't think not in New York, but they get to see like Chicago or something. And what is it? And they enjoyed it. They played the music a ton of times, like defying gravity and all that stuff. Um, but I had never gone to see it or watch it or whatever, but you know, weird. Oh, Bonhoeffer? Yeah, I did see that. Um,
Have you seen the
but
new one? No.
Bonhoeffer, yeah, it's by Angel Studios. Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Oh.
about. But yeah, but for Wicked, it was all right. I enjoyed it. I didn't, I you can't get past the OG singing voices though, like Kristen Chenoweth and Indina Menzel, I think it was Menziel. They were both the singers of when it started, like 2003 was when it started in Broadway. So they were the original on-screen presence in 2003. And the surprise thing is they got to be in the movie too. So there's that. I went to go see what was it? There was another one. I went to go see Red One. I saw that. I went to go see the greatest Christmas pageant ever. Um, and I think that was it. Yeah, I think that
Hmm.
was it. I didn't see the other ones. But yeah, I have commentary to it to some degree, but it's most like if you ask me about the movie, like, oh, I'll just be honest about it. Because I do think a lot of people um when you hear a movie reviewer or whatever give their comment on a movie, basically it should be taken as a grain of salt because they are not
Mhm.
you, right?
Right.
You
No,
you want
everybody's different,
Yeah.
obviously.
And so, but you have a lot of content creators who are movie reviewers and whatnot say, "Oh, don't go see it because of this."
Mhm.
But how do you know what I like?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll end up doing like, I'll have to think about it. I don't know if I wanna do the movie review thing as much maybe that I'll find stuff that I think is cheesy
Mm,
and react commentary to it, like,
yeah,
and stuff like that, or stuff that, like, is, like, kind of, I don't know, older or, like, I don't know, just or does ridiculous things. I don't know, it's, like, something that's gonna be, like, entertaining, you know what I mean? Where it's, like, you're gonna be laughing.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's a good funny one?
Something to react to, because um and that's maybe something I'll do later on along down the line once I've like, after
Mm,
I've face revealed, which I
mhm.
haven't decided yet when I'll do that, probably when I reach a certain amount of followers.
You should be like Lex and wait until you get 1,000,000.
Till I get 1,000,000 followers.
I was like, Lex, that's a lot of followers.
Right? No, probably not 1,000,000.
Man, the people will have
Probably
to
like
wait.
1,000 or something like that. We'll
That
see.
that's reasonable. If you had
Yeah.
to wait till 1,000,000, you'd probably be in your casket by then. Goodness sake.
Right.
Um, they're live streaming your funeral, and that's when you get the millions. Like, well, too late for that.
'Cause, I think like, I always thought, I'd probably be good for reaction videos just based on the fact that I'm a very expressive person,
Right.
and throughout my life, I've gotten the most laughter out of people just based on how I naturally reacted to something. Like, I get wide eyes, apparently I'm, like, hilarious when I'm reacting to things because my friends will always be laughing
Right. Are you
at me
like,
because 'cause they're like, "The look on her face, ha, 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 ha." So, like, yeah, apparently it's entertaining. So, um, yeah, I'm very expressive, but,
right?
yeah, but I would wanna like, I'm thinking about different things.
Mhm.
I've also, like, considering maybe doing because I always liked the idea of, like, I don't know, doing something like story reading time or something for,
Right.
like, people could, like, play it when they're trying to, like, put their kids to bed type of a thing. I've always wanted to do some kind of kids content.
Oh, are you gonna
Like
read that book by Samuel L. Jackson? Go to F to sleep.
No. Wholesome things.
Uh, that's wholesome when you're trying to get your kids to bed. It's like, you know what? We're gonna play a little Samuel L. Jackson for you guys, and you're gonna get to sleep after that. F no! I'm playing it right now, young man.
'Cause there was, like, this what was that show that used to be, like, on PBS? It was, like, Big Comfy Couch.
Oh yeah, the big
Are you
goofy couch. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah, I
always the
remember that.
clown girl, and
Clown
I
girl and the doll. Yep.
loved her, and I thought that would be such a fun job. Like, can you like, I was just like, "Wouldn't that be just, like, the greatest job in the world?" You wake up and that's your job is to just, like, do a fun kids show. Like, I don't know, it's always just been so appealing to me, like,
Mm.
I was like, "I wonder how people even get in that business," but I was like, I always
Oh,
wanted to do something where I could be entertaining because I love kids and I'm a very playful person and I get
mm,
along with kids. I think in a way I understand kids better than adults.
right.
Mayb Maybe I
So
never grew up all the way, I don't know.
she's still got the Peter Pan, and she hasn't grown up yet.
I'm s Because I never wanted to, like, grow like, so I was different than, like, the other kids and teenagers. Like,
Mm.
I never wanted to grow up, because you know how, like, kids are always like, "I can't wait till I'm grown up and I can do this, this, and this," right? Because 'Cause you're thinking about, "Oh, adults are it's so cool to be an adult because you get all this freedom, you get to do all these
Right.
things." And I was like, "I wanna stay a kid, I like being a kid."
Right. Yeah.
Like, I was happy, like, being young like, I did not wanna age, like, I was opposite.
That's why you're a fairy, right?
I guess so. That's what I was like, I belong and then when I saw the movie Hook, that really, like, impacted me, and I was just like, "Yeah, I wanna go to Neverland."
Take me away
And,
to
like
Neverland. Oh,
I'll
where
just
the
stay
pirates?
there, never get older.
Yeah, that is
But I
true.
think,
But
like, a part of like, obviously, you have to, like, grow up and do adult things, but I feel like part of, like, being happy in life is
mm,
never fully letting go of, like, still, like, keep some of the playfulness, like, just because you get older doesn't mean you have to stop having fun.
mhm,
I feel like, adults get too serious, and I'm like, "Can you guys just, like, chill out, like,
yeah,
relax, and let's have a good time,"
yeah,
because life can be tough sometimes, and so the best way through that is, like, laughter and trying
yeah,
to have some fun. Give yourself a break because yeah, things get stressful sometimes.
yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, and adults kind of lose that wonderment, right? They
Mhm,
kind of lose that ability to wonder. I mean, obviously not everyone, but there's, you when you start having someone having their kids or bills or whatever, there's kind of this moment where um, just people grow up and they start losing their wonderment, and
mhm,
it's a sad, unfortunate part of it. I mean, it comes with being adult in certain arenas, whether you be, um, you know, you it's either you get married and have kids or you don't, and then all this other stuff, and you're just kind of trying to figure your way out. And I think at first you kind of have to figure yourself out before you start uh, going past that point because I mean I don't want to say you'll never figure yourself out, but it will be a journey in itself to try to because I think in order to share um, the wonderment and all this stuff, you kind of need to find yourself and where you're at because again, a lot of people don't grow up in what was it? A lot of people don't grow up in great situations, and so you're having people with a lot of
Mhm.
baggage.
Mhm.
It's not important in my book. Well, that's true,
True.
but
No, that
my face is much prettier though.
okay, thank you. Thank you, distracted by life. Go tell everyone at Hemp's Hangout that so that they stop like making jokes about, well, we don't know what you look like.
I'm going to show you what I look like,
I'm
and
like
you put up a bag of trash. It's like that's right. You better watch yourself.
all in good time, my friends.
All in good time, and remember, when the face is revealed, you'll squeal. Um, Oh my goodness, he was squealing. But yeah, it's not that. I mean, I've had many people on who don't show their face at all, and at the end of the day, um, I think it's up to the individual if they want to. That's fine, but you don't have to come on a show because there's a lot of hiccups that people have, with this, right? There's
Mhm.
an animosity factor, right? Like I
Mhm.
I don't know what your face looks like, but I can feel the sounds.
And it's like especially like as a female, it's like you're under a little more pressure.
Well, yeah, that
There's
is,
you know
yeah, yeah, it's
uh,
kind of true, yeah.
you get I feel we get a little more, a little more judged. And
But it
but I
doesn't help.
and I'm just learning, like I'm just starting out and I've just
Mm,
been kind of learning as I go with streaming,
yeah,
and I just want to get a strong hold on that before I have to worry about how I look on camera and hair, makeup, and because that's a whole bunch of other things that you then have to worry about besides just streaming and doing all
yeah,
the stuff. So I want to get used to learning all this streaming stuff and learn all the more advanced things so I can get, better looking streams, get more advanced features going where I have alerts and things
yeah,
going and get that all figured out before I have to start worrying about you know
you,
and to a place where I'm comfortable. Like
yeah,
I need to feel comfortable.
yeah.
I'm very shy. Um
Doesn't sound like
I know.
it.
No, that's what people always say, right? Like it's hard to explain because it's like I'm very social and I'm friendly,
Uh,
but I'm shy at the same time. Like it's kind of like it takes me a while to like I guess let down my walls all the way for
mm,
people. So you'll get like the friendly me up front off the bat,
mhm.
but you're not gonna find out very much about me for like a long time because that takes gradual for me to kind of like talk more
Right,
about myself and like reveal too many things. So the
right.
mystery.
Do you like candy though?
Huh?
I said, do you like candy though?
Well, who doesn't like candy?
Ah, dang it! I knew that answer was gonna come up.
I mean, doesn't everybody like candy? Although I oddly enough had like a nephew and I was like the only kid I ever met and
Mhm,
he'd be like, I don't like that. It's too sweet." And I'm like,
mhm.
"Are you sure you're a child?" Cuz I've never known any child that was like, "That's too sweet." Cuz usually we're just like, kids are sugar fiends. So I
Oh, we all are. I'm a chocoholic by nature. It's not a good time.
oh, chocolate.
Oh,
Yes.
the guilty wonders of chocolate. And yeah, I'm not gonna break out into a Willy Wonka song. That's not gonna happen here.
Give me
Who
spin
could make the
No,
sunrise?
I was a weird kid. I loved spinach.
Oh,
I
spinach.
loved my spinach. My mom did not have to make me eat spinach. I happily ate it along with my lima beans
Mm,
and even Brussels sprouts if they were cooked correctly and heavily
yeah.
buttered.
Now, see, I have had
Like,
Brussels sprouts on pizza before.
oh, on
Um,
pizza, that's interesting. I never
yeah,
had
there's some places that do it. Not all, but
I've
some.
had artichoke on pizza, which
Oh
I
no,
really like. Hmm
yeah, artichoke too. I've seen the artichoke on pizza, but yeah, spinach. I've gotten pizza from Domino's where ordering spinach was an option. Um,
Oh,
uh,
spinach. Yeah.
yeah, spinach, and then artichokes was there was a bar slash pizza place where you could get artichokes as an extra, but it costs extra, so there was that. Um, but yeah, yeah,
Asparagus. I love asparagus. I could eat
as
asparagus all day.
asparagus. Oh goodness, you must be the talk of the town then. Did you smell it? I could smell her raw. She came out of the loo and she was like, "Whoo, whoo, whoo." Um, but yeah, let's see, broccoli and carrots, easy.
Love
Um,
broccoli as well.
I've never I've never eaten spinach by alone. It's more of just like with something else, like say pizza
Yeah, I
or
love
whatever.
spinach. So I used to like, I would just eat it with like butter.
Yeah. The what was it? Uh, there was a story I heard where if you had too much spinach, it would affect your kidneys, but I'm not sure how true that is.
Yeah, it might be certain vitamins. If it's like certain vitamins, it's not good. It'll like damage your organ if you have too much. Um, maybe. But I
Mhm.
think it's like an awful lot that you would have to eat for it to be bad. Like it would like way more than like maybe
I
you'd
need,
have to be eating spinach like every meal for
need
a
to. I
whole
need to get a
bunch
bag.
all day. And
I need to get a bag of spinach, and I
I mean
just
anything in excess eventually becomes bad for you, even water.
oh
Because
man, I was
like I remember like I know this was like years ago, but like I remember they were doing because they'll do like those the DJs will do like those contests on the radio,
yeah.
and they did a contest where you could like win tickets or whatever
Mhm.
by drinking who could drink like the most water or something, and a lady died from drinking too much water. Yes, too much
Well,
water can kill you.
was she holding it in
Freeze.
though? That's the real question.
I don't know, but you can like too much water like will kill you. It's like in too short amount of time before your body can like
Well,
yeah, it
yeah,
becomes too
no,
much. Yeah.
yeah, no, that is true. I
You
mean,
essentially drown yourself.
yeah, too much water and you drown. Well,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, it's like drowning on dry land right there. Um, but yeah, it was funny when you were mentioning about trying to for the doing the content stuff about overlays and all that stuff. And I'm just like, is that what it takes to be a content creator now? Honestly, because if it takes all the flashy stuff to be noticed, I'm not sure I'm in the right arena because I'm doing zilch of that.
Right.
Like,
You have a pretty good setup. I really like your intro and outro that you have
yeah.
going. I love the
Well,
music.
but yeah, yeah, that's why I do them is because I enjoy his work. So there's that. But I mean, I just I've learned that sometimes simple is best. Less is more, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Because everyone's gonna be having the bells and whistles. Everyone's gonna be having the alerts. Everyone's gonna be well, not
Mhm.
everyone. A huge majority of people are gonna have the alerts and all this stuff. And it's just if you do, you have to add back minerals. Look, I'll add the minerals whenever I want. All right, gosh dang it, my
Yeah,
water. I'll
no.
do with it.
I think it's probably more important to just try and make quality content and try and focus on that and being entertaining, I think is more important than like you said all the bells and whistles because at the end of the day, you could be doing all the bells and whistles, but like if you're not
Mm,
making good content,
mm.
it
What's
doesn't really matter if you have all those bells and whistles then
yeah. Mm,
like like they were I was listening to somebody, I forget cuz I listen to a lot of creators. I'll jump in on people's live streams. So like
ooh,
someone, I can't remember who, they were talking about how like it's more important and this was particular I think a critique on female on lady streamers like
right.
it's actually more important now that there's more girls that are gamers that
Mm,
they actually are okay good at playing the game
mm,
like for video games because there's too many now where they just sit there and look pretty, but they're not really like playing the game. They're just like, "Oh, I suck at video games." And they're just like sitting there looking pretty, with their low cut shirt and like and so it's like that's not gonna hold an audience for very long. Like it'll hold them for a little while, but eventually they're gonna get like
I don't
kind of
know. Those Twitch ethos know how to hold an audience. That's for
I
sure.
mean, that's true. Like I'm not gonna disagree with that.
I'm like, I think you can point out something where you're wrong a bit.
But I think what they're saying is that eventually your growth is gonna tap out. Like you're only gonna like whereas like if you actually are playing the game and then they're like, "Oh, wait, you're actually like good at this game?"
Have you
Like
heard of a woman called Amaranth? I mean, you want to talk about tapped out? It's not really there yet. Um,
I mean, well, yeah, that's a whole nother story. I mean, that's she's all I could say is how smart Amaranth like I was like, wow.
she's
Creating an AI girlfriend version of yourself that people will pay to so they can that's brilliant. Like I'm just like, wow, okay.
she's not
I'll
the
never
only
do
one.
that, but kudos.
Yeah, she's not the only one though. That's for sure.
Right? Like
They're
I was
revealed
like,
there.
okay. I mean, you figured out a way to make money, good for you.
Yep.
Not gonna knock it.
Well, I mean,
Um,
it's sort of in the same vein as like Cameo, right? You've heard what Cameo is. You have
no.
celebrities. Okay, well, Cameo is like you have people, celeb like people or well-known people. You give them something to say within reason, of course, and then they record a video of them saying it, and it's usually like people who are well known as celebrities or YouTubers, whatever, if they've joined it. But it sort of sounds like Cameo, where you kind of record a thing for a certain amount of money or whatever.
Oh,
Um,
like when they make a like I know Cameo, like when like they make an appearance
yeah.
on a show or something, right? Like
No, let me.
so what I don't
Now I'm gonna explain it best. I'll show it rather than say it.
so I'm trying to think
Let's.
what you're saying.
The Here we go. Here we go. Um,
Green beans.
Cameo and um James Mercer.
I like
Wow.
string beans too.
Yeah. I like string beans and butter. Um, Under 45, Joe Valeno. So there's a lot of actors and stuff here, comedians and whatnot. Um, this Here we go. This is Cameo. Gifts as unique as the people
Oh,
you're gifting to. Every video is personalized for the person receiving it, creating one of a kind connections between celebrities and the people it inspires.
okay. I've heard of this. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I remember this now.
yeah. Perfect for every occasion or just because. And someone for everyone. Yeah, it's basically just celebrities getting paid to say some stupid stuff or whatever.
Right. So
Kenny,
you pay them and then that celebrity will do like some kind of personalized video message to you where they're like, "Hey, so and so,"
what? Are
or
you
something
kidding?
like that.
They they have Malcolm McDonald.
They
Okay,
have Chuck Norris.
they have Chuck Norris. 450 though. You see that? That's a lot of dough.
That's crazy.
Cameo is mostly entertainment. Mine night is midnight. I'll look it up. But you have Kel. There's Kel right there. You have Malcolm McDowell, Martin Cove, so whatever. Chris Sarandon. I thought he died. I thought Chris Sarandon was gone. Maybe wrong then.
Maybe he is and it's his AI. No, I'm just kidding. It's AI.
Oh no. Let's see. Oh, James Buckley. What? Oh, Chong. Obviously,
Oh, Didi Kong.
DD Khan. Yeah. And of
Beauty School
course,
Dropout.
Beauty School Dropout and Thomas the Tank Engine, American version. You
Love
get
her.
you got the Annie Potts. Look at that.
Annie
William
Potts.
William Daniels shouldn't be alive anymore.
What?
If
How
he's still,
old can that guy be now? Like,
I have no idea. I'm starting to get worried here. Randy Travis. What? Insane. Deep Roy. Okay, now that all right. Just give that man a gold star already. Um, Vincent Curatola, uh,
Okay.
James Marsters, yeah, sure. Spike, why not? Mark Shepard, Duncan. I don't know who any of
I
these
don't know
are.
who some of these people are. I'm just like, I have no idea.
Hideshi Hid- Hidetoshi Imura, which is the guy from The Office. Was that what is it? He was the janitor or something like that. Um,
I don't even remember. Huh.
Robert Picardo, of course,
Oh, I love
from
Robert Ricardo.
the
I know him best from like Star Trek Voyager.
Voyager.
So
Yep.
I'm a I mean, I'm not like I was a Star Trek fan. I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie, but I definitely liked watching Star Trek.
It's a lot of some of these
I
stars
love
aren't even actually.
sci-fi.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sci-fi stuff. Yeah, 140 pages of so many different celebrities. Holy crap! 24-hour delivery.
So I mean,
Mhm.
hey, it's a way to
Yeah, that's
make
insane.
money.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy that people are willing to like pay for that. That's just funny.
All right. Well, let's look up the one that live search is giving us. My
15K for 30 minutes for tarot owns. Yeah, right? Wow.
get expert advice instantly. Okay, so this is what it is. Hold on, I gotta wing it up. There we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah, and I've
Two-
heard of this one. Yeah, I've heard of Connect too, because
15K for 30 minutes. What?
I forget who was talking about that.
Sage Steel.
Some celebrity.
Let's see. Ryan Montgomery, ethical hacker. Thomas Ellsworth, co-host.
But yeah, you can actually get like they'll be your mentor and give you like advice
Yes, I
and you
want to pay
pay.
millions of dollars for that. We connect podcast hosts with the best spirits in the world. We pride ourselves in representing the only esteemed leaders. Yeah, and paying hundreds of thousands of dollars is not in my interest. Um,
No.
mm, mm, mm. One text answer, okay. Two video answer, all right. Three video call, and then yeah, I'm not interested. Get a
Yeah, but it's like and it's like so it's like guaranteed that you get like one-on-one time.
who's the leaderboard? Holy crap! Name Caleb Altmeyer.
I don't even know who that is.
Caleb Altmeyer. Spokane, Mind Connect Me. And let's turn an old strip club into headquarters of
Website is not very
fighting.
good. The app has hundreds of yeah, because it's usually people that are experts in whatever field. So I mean, maybe it's worth it to talk to an actual expert. Who knows? I don't know what you get out of it in a short amount of time of like
Okay.
30 minutes, but
Looks like this is the top guy, Caleb Altmeyer, and it looks like he's a anti-trafficking person. Okay. Oh,
oh,
he's founder and CEO of Helping Captives. Oh, okay, that's not bad.
okay.
Yeah, we got so someone doing a good deed here. Okay, so
That's
he's a good guy.
cool. So if
Yeah.
people want to like support him or they want to like get involved and want
Mhm.
like advice from him on,
Yeah.
you know,
Help, and the
huh.
website is
So
helpingcaptives.org.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back and see who else. I don't even know half
And
these
that's
people.
like that's not surprising me. That's just like so big right now. A lot of people are really um
Middleweight, heavyweight. What does that even mean? Oh, Candace Owens is on here. Wow. Home team super heavyweight.
yeah, that's who I heard about it from. I heard about it from Candace.
Yeah, there are a lot of people of names I've not heard of, but they're supposedly all experts.
I
So
think
there's
she's the first one I heard about it from where she's like, "You can
that.
message me on Monet or whatever."
It sounds just a weird way of saying something though. Minect. Sounds like my neck. It, it
Right.
just it just sounds like my neck. Hey, why don't you come and watch me on my neck? I was like, what?
I guess because they wanted something with like connect, but they couldn't use connect because that's like
Yeah,
probably
Snake
taken. So
Force.
they had to like
You know, when they say my neck, I'm wondering if this is gonna be like an anti George Floyd thing or something. I don't know. I mean, you can't PD
Yeah, it's
value
a little
female.
bit of a strange name.
Yeah, yeah. No, it looked like they did. Yeah, PBD. It's just I'm sorry. You give it that name. I'm just gonna say my neck. My neck is what it sounds like. It's my neck. I'm going to go to the site that's called My Neck.
My neck.
My neck. Where is my neck? It's right there. Your head's on it. Where is my neck? I don't know what's
My neck is hurting from all the money from laboring to pay you for your time.
I can't connect to my neck. My neck. My
I
neck.
don't know.
What the hell is wrong with this person? He keeps saying my neck. No, he means minect. Minect. What?
Yeah, everything's I I'm just like tired of like honestly, I'm just so tired of subscriptions. Everything's a subscription now. And so
Yeah.
it's like where it's like so many everything.
Yeah.
Like you can't even buy uh it used to be like with like my like like Microsoft Office.
Mhm.
You used to be able to just buy it.
Yeah. What?
Now you have to subscribe.
No, you can still buy the whole.
I
I've looked in the.
think
You can. I've looked in the website, or whether you can buy the official like the Office suite because that's usually the most case. You can still buy the Office suite, but you get it. I'm gonna have to look up. Oh gosh, it's gonna make me look
yeah,
up a lot of
but
stuff.
I think it's difficult too. Like they bury it. Like they don't make it like easy. Like
Man,
where
I'm just gonna find it. Let me look it for you.
Darachat is free, right?
There, yeah, that's right. I am free, but I do take
Dar-
donations, so thank you for that. View pricing. Free. Create, edit documents, all formats. Oh, this is the online version, Mobi Office. But they do have. But yeah, there's a monthly trial, and also, but there was one you could buy that was for uh single or Sorry, I'm not showing it. Gosh dang it. Um,
'Cause I would
Mobi.
just rather like just pay for something outright, like honestly, most of the
Let
time. Sometimes payments, depending on what it is. And obviously supporting creators with subscriptions, I feel is a good thing. But like
Yeah,
it's just too like
too much.
it's too much.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because now just like it seems like that's just the business model now.
Where's
And
family? Yep, there we go. Um, a yearly or home.
pay yearly or monthly.
Yearly or monthly. Um, yeah, there was. I remember seeing you could
If
buy.
if there's a buy option, it's buried and hard to find.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. You're gonna see me find
If it
something.
exists, I tried looking for it. I have not been able to find it.
Um, Office Suite. All dev.
But a lot of softwares have switched over to that model now. Some of them still offer where you could just buy it outright,
Yeah.
but most have changed over to a subscription.
Mm,
And I
yeah.
get it. I get why. It's just
Don't accept.
overload.
Don't accept it. Complete suite of Office applications. 365. 100% global. Blah, 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 blah. Um, Physical. I think I have to do it like physical. Let's get physical. Physical.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe if you buy the actual like where you install it,
there you go. I think that's there you go. This is a Office Home 2024.
home office 2024.
You can buy.
Oh,
Yep. So you can still buy. You can do like a one-time purchase for one PC Max. So you can still buy a one-time purchase. Just gotta know where to look.
okay.
$100 though. I'm not paying for that.
Because
But
it's the
yeah.
actual physical copy that you have to install,
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I'm pretty
assuming.
sure they. I'm pretty sure they.
Or
It's
is
not
it
returnable.
digital?
No, it looks like it may be just digital, but
Okay.
regardless. But you
But
can
it
still
still is an
buy,
actual purchase. Okay.
yeah, you can still buy an actual uh, thingy-majig. Um,
Okay.
why buy Office when Open Office is free? Why buy a lot of things if a lot of things are free? Google Docs is
Right.
free as well. Yeah, but I mean it's
I
Google
mean,
Docs.
right. Like I mean, Google Docs is quote free, but
Yeah.
it turns out they're taking all your info. Like everything, if you use Google Docs, they have access to anything you've put on Google Docs.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Um,
there's a privacy issue there.
well,
Uh,
I mean, I have something called Proton. It has Proton Mail and all sorts of stuff, but they just
mhm,
added docs to their lineup of stuff. It's just when like what is it again? Uh it's their Proton Drive. Yes, they added docs to Proton Drive,
mhm.
which is one of their things. They take all my
So they
info and serve me relevant ads so I can buy things I didn't know what. They well, I mean, I guess that
right.
makes sense.
Right. Like cuz I say like when something is free, you're the product.
Yeah. Well,
So they're selling your information.
they're
That's like
selling you.
Google and Facebook and all that. It's like it's selling
Yeah.
your info.
Right. What do you think what do you think those people who aren't uh what do you think the people on Twitter X when they don't have that blue check mark are? Well, they're
Ye
just nice little soul slaves right there.
yes, Wiener Schnitzel. Yes, what he said right there.
you know, yeah, being a
Yeah.
snitchel, yeah, yeah, yeah. Your secrets and intellectual and creative property, yeah, yeah. You're not
Yes.
wrong there. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's same with Google Docs, right? But I pay for the Proton stuff, and um, and I get a whole lot of different things with it.
Mm.
Um, but it's
So
like
are
it's
they kind of
yearly.
making an alternative to? Because I would love to see someone make an alternative to what Google does with the Google Docs and spreadsheet and all of that.
Mhm.
Someone else needs to come up with, like that does all the same stuff and is integrated as Google has it, but not be Google where it's stealing all your info and
It's
yeah,
yeah, I mean
I would like to
Proton.
see alternative.
Right. Yeah, Proton Docs. I mean, it's part of one thing, but I mean the whole setup of I guess I'll just show what Proton is. Um, here we go. All right, let me get this right here.
There are open source alternatives. Most people don't know how to run their own servers. That's true.
It's true. Well, a lot of people don't care to. It costs a lot of money. Anyway, this is Proton. This is what I use. So this is what they have.
Yeah.
They have wallet. They have calendar. They have password manager, which is great.
Mm,
Cloud storage, VPN, and email. And
that's nice.
yeah,
I've heard
it
of
is.
them. I know about them.
Yeah, I pay for a yearly, annually thing, but I mean it's worth its weight in gold to be honest. Um, data
Yeah.
belongs your data belongs to you, not tech companies, governments, or hackers.
Yeah. I've thought about getting it, but I heard somebody say someone was
Mm,
making they were like the problem with Proton, so even though like their email, it only stays completely private if you're emailing other private emails, but if you're like say you have a Proton email and you
mm,
email somebody that has like Gmail or whatever,
mm.
that's not totally secure because their Gmail on the other end.
Well, I mean, there's you can't force somebody to
Right.
go from their one to the other, so it's kind of
Right.
it is what it is for that part. I mean, it's good on your end, but the other
It's
end's
good for
kind of
your side, like, it's gonna protect you.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't do anything with the other person's end. I mean, it's just yeah.
Right, but
Um,
if your email from Proton goes to their Gmail inbox,
right.
isn't that like Gmail's now? Because, like, whatever you wrote do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's
yeah.
understandable because
The
you're not, emailing someone who's under that. But I mean, again, if you're
But
You
it's
kind of
totally private if it's proton to proton, meaning like then there's no leaking at all.
right. I mean, we can
But
go.
at least having it on your end is better than
Yeah.
not.
Right. And even here they say
Yeah.
end-to-end encryption, our end-to-end encryption and zero access encryption means that now one, not even Proton, has the technical means to access your data without your permission.
Mm,
We don't sell ads, can't share
yeah,
data. At Proton,
nice.
privacy isn't promised. Swiss
Very
privacy,
nice.
which they're based in,
Yeah.
Proton is based in Switzerland. Your data does not go to the cloud. Instead, it stays under the protection of some of the world's strongest privacy laws. We are a neutral and safe haven for your personal data, committed to defending your freedom. I should have done that in sing song. La da 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 da. Um, you may be private, but the people you interact with are not. Well,
Right.
I mean, some people are not as smart. I can't, I don't know what to tell you with that part. Um,
I mean, if we had like if it was yeah,
well,
if there was
okay,
a free proton. Yeah.
here you go. Here may be an answer to your question. Security made easy. Proton's encrypted services are so simple and intuitive that anyone can use them. Encryption is automatic and seamless. Easy Switch lets you instantly import and encrypt your data from Google, Outlook, and other services
Hmm.
in just a couple clicks. So your question was, okay, so your end to them may not be well, yes, to a degree, but I mean, to a degree, even Google's not going to be able to uh, slap you in the face. As a company created by former scientists, we believe strongly that trust is earned through transparency and peer review. All our apps are open source and independently audited by security experts so that anyone can use them, inspect them, and trust them.
Hmm. I
One
like that.
account, yeah, one account, any device. All right, so let's just read it up. Access your email, files, calendars, passwords, and VPN anywhere. Get Proton apps on all your devices, Android, iPhone, and iPad. Which I don't. You just do like the iOS stuff right there.
Mhm.
Windows, Mac, Linux, and more. With one Proton account for all our privacy. So yeah, this is true. So if you have it on one space, right? If you have it on your desktop, you can have your app on your phone, and you can have the same, data that you put on from your phone that'll be
It
on
all
your computer.
syncs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all
Okay.
syncs. It all
Okay.
syncs. Oh, well, live searches. If you have
That's
friends,
good.
they often message you on your birthday, so now your birthday is exposed. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's also called a hospital and birthday cards you get from family and whatnot. Um, if you use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, you are being tracked in public. I'm feeling like we're getting like the
Maybe
basic
maybe you should
necessities.
do ads for Proton
I don't know if they have an affiliate. Even
should
the
pay me.
tire pressure sensors in your car can be used to track you. You know what? If you want to make me to be conspiracy serious, you might as well just keep going. You can get a VP. I don't know what a VPS is. Why? If you're gonna start throwing this stuff down, you at least get it. What is VPS? What is VPS?
Wait, what
Okay,
is VPS? I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't know
I
what that
know
means. I don't want anything I write being read or stolen through a backdoor. I'd rather spend $400
did
on
they
a
mean
word processor.
VPN? I don't know.
Possibly.
Oh.
Word processor that can have internet disabled. Well, unfortunately, you kind of need the internet to send stuff across. So you only can be the internet. You can never be 100% secure from the internet. So there's that. Um, and the last one is free forever. We believe that privacy is a human right, and that's why Proton services are always available for free in our encryption technology free software. Proton has no ads and does not sell your data. You can support, so you can go and get a
Mhm.
free account, which is there again. They're going to limit certain things.
Right, like
Um,
if you have a free account, you're gonna be limit.
yeah,
They remind me of locals actually. That's like it's like similar. It's a subscription model, but no ads. Don't
VPN,
everything's private. Don't sell your
virtual private
data.
server. Yeah,
It's like a similar philosophy, like as far as
yeah,
um, all that
but
goes.
yeah.
And
No, is it?
you can also go on. You can make an account for free, but then
Yeah.
you're limited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, VPS is
it's like
virtual
similar.
private. Yeah, virtual private server is the cheapest way to run your own server. Yeah, but who are you paying to run your own private server, right? Who are you? What companies are you paying to? I mean, we can go if we want to go down a skepticism road.
I mean,
I'll be right there
Rumble
with you.
has Rumble Cloud.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, let's go. Let's go
That's
all over the
cool.
place. Yeah. So
The Rumble
anyway,
Cloud thing, yeah,
here's
which
the
is an
here's
amazing thing. But yeah.
if people want to look for themselves, you can go to the website. It's there on both ends. So there you go. But this is what I have.
Yeah, I've
I-
considered getting them because I was like, I probably should at some point.
and I'm not gonna I won't show you. Let's see.
It's hard to de-Googlify, but
You could.
it's
I
just
mean, yes, because
yeah.
if you have a YouTube, yeah. Get. Hold on. Let's do some.
What I'd really love to see, and I want to see this happen, where eventually you can use like, because you know how like like a lot of websites when you register, a lot of them give you the option now to log instead of having to like create an account or register, you can just
Mhm,
log in with your Google account, which makes it like quick and easy.
mhm.
I hope to see Rumble eventually get to that point where you can use your Rumble like that, but
Well,
that's probably a ways down the line.
way
I'm
a ways down the line.
yeah.
Um, um, but yeah, it's let's see, what's a good uh there we go. Yeah, so this is the here we go. I think that
But I would
no, no, that's not
yeah.
okay. I don't see any. Okay, here we go. I shouldn't show anything. But yeah, there's that. This is like their plan stuff. So there was a what was it? There was some deal a long time ago that got on it. So it's like $48 a year for me. But they have like a Proton Duo. But this is just if you want to go beyond the score, but usually free is like lesser than all this stuff right here.
So
So
that's like for like couples, like if like okay.
yeah, up to for more storage for up to people. Then you have
Mhm,
family, but I don't have
mhm,
family, so there's that. But I have like look, this is how much I get, right? I get like
mhm.
530 GB storage, and you can
That's not
have
bad.
like 15 different email addresses through this, right? Um,
That's good because
I
I tend to make a lot of emails.
yeah.
I have a ton. It's like like of email addresses. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. And you know the original reason why that is like of course for nerdy gamer reasons cuz like certain games would offer you like hey, if you play the game like this amount of time as a new
Mm,
account,
mm,
you get like free in-game money or things unlocked or certain items or stuff. So I would do that. I would create a bunch of accounts so I would get like the
mm.
free stuff
Yeah,
and then give it to my main character or whatever. I yeah.
yeah. No, but anyway, I just figured should that because then that way that's again you can make a free account, but it's up to you how far you
Uh-huh.
want to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's always pros and cons with security stuff. There's never not gonna be a time where you're gonna be 100% safe on the internet, no matter what
Right.
anyone wants to say.
Like the
Or
only way would be to just go off the grid entirely and not use the internet. Like
that's right. You're gonna have to go deep under the surface, deep
gonna
under
have
the
to go off
ground.
the grid,
You're gonna have to
deep
go
in the
off the grid.
cabin, in the woods, in the mountains, in the
No, 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 no.
with
You're
no
getting it wrong.
technology.
It's deep in the woods, that's deep in the cabin, that's deep in the mountains, that's deep just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
After we're like, are we like at the moon at this point? What the hell's going on here? Um, but no, yeah, it's just I've been using it. I can speak for it. But
No,
and away
I know a
from
lot of people that use it, so it's like, yeah.
listen, live search, you want to keep going, but you're online right now on Rumble, so I don't know how scary you want to make yourself, but you're getting there, man. You're getting there. You're getting crazy, man. You're getting crazy.
And away
But
from
yeah,
other social media can leak your secrets.
yeah,
I mean, people usually end up just leaking their own secrets from what I like, people are not good about, like,
yeah. Well, it's the
keeping their
internet,
stuff private.
social
Yeah,
media. Sorry, social media. Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
social
No, go ahead.
no, social media has absolutely, like, made it where because people are, like, posting what they everything about their lives, like, "What I cooked for dinner tonight. Hey,
Yeah.
I went to this place. Hey,"
Mhm.
and it's like, you realize you just made yourself doxable, right? Because you just, like, posted your your
Right.
location.
I had my fart pills today.
Mm,
No,
uh,
yes, it is. It's why I wear a red hat. But you
Jeremy's
spelt the
favorite color is red.
name wrong. So there's that live search. Come
Mine is
on, man.
blue.
Yours is blue. Well, I can tell because your background is sort of blue. Uh, with the
Yeah,
sun.
and you'll tend to see that. Yeah, my themes tend to be blue because, yeah,
Nice. But anyway,
my color.
it is a little past the top of the hour.
Oh,
And we kind of went by that, but
that went really quickly.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it was as good for you as it was for me. But anyway,
Yeah, I wish we could go longer.
no, 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 no. What it is yeah, 'cause don't leave too quickly, all right? But no, it's what it
Okay.
is that at the top of the hour of every hour, I set aside time for us to promote ourselves. So you know how there's some creators that kind of do that with promoting for the guests and stuff at the beginning, or they do it at the end, or they kind of do it sporadic throughout. I do it at the top of the hour because it's sort of like a timekeeping thing,
Mm.
because it just helps. And um just like, oh, we did an hour, let's take a break and kind of promote ourselves and then
Oh,
go from
okay.
there, and then go from that. So what's going to happen, I did put the correct links instead of the one from earlier, so all the links should be correct down there, even your locals. And it's funny because locals and Rumble are going to be one and the same, probably sometime next year, the year after. um
Yes, like they're working towards being more integrated,
yeah.
and as of the as of the new year, it's gonna be a single sign-on. So you'll
Mhm.
have to have a Rumble account in order to log
Yep.
into locals.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
Because I think they just started doing the premium only thing, which is it should be more like not premium only, but for they gotta word it
Um,
differently because it's mostly just
yeah,
half.
yeah, premium content where because they
Yeah.
started it, I think, with Crowder,
Yeah, Crowder, yep.
where, you can now, like, access
Mhm.
exclusive stuff that used to just be only on locals.
Yep.
Now it will be locked or whatever, and then you sign up for Rumble Premium or whatever, and then you can access it on Rumble. So, yeah, it's, like, cool that they're adding that kinda integration.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting,
it's
but
gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the community part of it.
well, they did just add reposts today,
They did add
so
reposts, but
mhm.
are they gonna add it where it's similar like locals, where there's gonna be, like, where you can, like a timeline, where people can, like, I don't know.
There's
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, Doctor
Yeah.
Disrespect already has it too. Russell Brand, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think
the big boys.
Trump Jr. I believe Kimberly Guilfoyle is doing it too. But it'll be
Mhm,
nicer once creators are able to access that as well, because
mhm.
there's something that Rumble doesn't have that YouTube does, which is members only streams. And if you're a subscriber or premium, it'd be nice if you could do a stream just for the people who support you, that sort of thing. Or like Crowder does,
Right, where it's a
our open.
portion, like
Yeah,
Bongino, yeah,
portion.
Bongino does the same thing, yeah, so
Yep.
it's like, where, yeah, you some of it's free, and then you can make the last for just your
Mhm,
supporters to give them some value and a reason for people to
mhm.
subscribe. They want
Yeah.
that extra stuff,
Yep. All
um,
that extra
all that
goodiness.
extra goodness.
Washing myself in the goodness of all that premium. But anyway, if you want to sell yourself, not like that. The floor is yours.
Not in the bad way.
Not that bad.
Um,
Well, I mean, if you don't know how to promote yourself, then it might go a bad way. But just give it a try. Just give it a try. You never know.
so, okay, promote myself. So, you can find me. So, I am very mysterious. My Rumble channel is very mysterious, you Very Mysterious Adventures is the name of my channel, where for now it's just gameplay videos. It'll eventually be more stuff, a
Mm.
variety of things. I'm also on Twitter
Yes.
at Very Missed Games because they wouldn't let me put Very Mysterious. I don't know why. It wouldn't let me. I had to like make it that.
Mm.
Um, and also fairymysterious.locals.com. I haven't really like gotten that started yet because I haven't really had a chance to like figure out what I want to make for like exclusive yet. Um, but I've been posting like my videos that I stream on Rumble. But I will eventually add stuff that's for like supporters. Um,
You could do it.
I can do it.
But yeah, your links are in the description down below on both Rumble and YouTube, because I do stream to both those places.
And I don't have my own Discord yet.
It I I have a Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing others. I just really
Right.
there's only so much social media I can handle, and pretty
Mhm.
much Twitter X is where I have a majority of it. Rumble, YouTube, I
Right.
don't need much else. If you have a lot of people who do TikTok, Discord,
Mhm.
Minds, all ones. It's just like, do you guys ever take a break?
I was like, I don't know how they manage all it because it's a lot to deal with. And I was like, so I wouldn't like it was too much of a task for me to like if I could find someone that wants to manage a Discord server for me, I would, then that's great. Um, but
they're called Simps usually.
I'm for free.
Hey,
Hey.
you show an ankle once in a while, they'll do it for free.
Um, but I do use it. I'm on Discord a lot, but that's mostly to communicate and with other creators, do collaborations.
Yeah,
I'm a big part of like Hemp Heroes. He has his Discord server, so I'm on there a lot. I'm on Cat Dogs as well with
yeah,
Mrs. Mam because Mrs. Mam was the first like Rumble gaming creator that I like started following. Really, I think.
yeah.
And then it
They're
just like
the
went from there. What was really great was like she really kind of helped me like jump the hurdle because I was just like scared. I had been like looking into how to stream for so long and I just kept putting off because I was just like, oh no, I need to try and figure this out or that out first. Or, where you just keep like researching forever, but you never really get it started.
yeah,
And she kind of helped give me like the final like encouragement push I needed because I was just like, because she's, I was like being active on her chats and then she's like, "Oh, do you stream?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm thinking I made a channel. I want to start streaming soon." And she's like, "You should just go for it." Like she was like super encouraging, and I was just like, you know what? She's right. I need to stop procrastinating and just do it. Because if I don't, I'm gonna forever just be like, oh, I need to figure this out first, or what. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure it out as I go, learn the basics, and then as I go,
yeah.
I'll get the. And it's like, yeah, and so that's basically how I've been doing it, and it's been, like, way mo I was like, "Why did I not do this a long time ago?"
Mm.
Because it's, like, honestly so much fun that I was like, "Why I should have been doing this, like, always." I should have just always as soon as you could I don't know when did streaming become a thing? I don't know.
Probably
Um,
5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Who knows? Um, but
yeah.
but but again, her links are down below in the description.
All you need
Uh,
is a microphone and a phone or a computer.
yep.
It's more complicated than that. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, it's not as simple as one would think, but it's not as hard as one would think too. It's
right.
very in the
Like
middle.
I'm like medium level tech savvy, so I'm not like
Mm.
techie expert, but I can figure out most things without too much trouble as long as it's not too advanced.
Yeah. Yep.
OBS has a lot to it,
Mm.
but so you can lightly use OBS and then you can really get into OBS and do all sorts of crazy stuff with it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the thing.
Mm. Yep. And
um,
of course, from my end, for no, you're fine. For my end of things, there we go. God, almost was trying to
I was
find
reading Beaner Schnitzels.
just so hungry. Whether you're on the Rumble side or whether on the YouTube side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a follow or comment. Any of that that helps engagement is much appreciated because again, not only does it help in being seen more, obviously, because that's what all creators want, but it also helps in having more people on as guests because
Yay.
one person leads to another after another, and I can't remember where. Um, I think it was like either stopped by your stream or you. I was on with someone else. You stopped and you saw them. I can't remember how that happened, but yeah, any help with engagement is much appreciated on either end because I do stream to both Rumble and YouTube. And of course, if you want to find out where else I'm at, there's a link down below in the description, just like with fairy stuff. You can see my I have an email there. I have an email there. I have my Twitter X thing there. I have the links to Rumble and YouTube there. If you'd like to come on yourself, guess what? You can leave something in the comments below, or you go to that link down there and find me at my places. Because again, any help with engagement is much appreciated. And of course, if you'd like to come on, you'll know where to find me. It's not. I try to make it as easy as possible, but some people, man, some people just want it all. So, but thank you all for that. I appreciate you all. And of course for you. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, Rumble Studio does make it simple. Yeah, make it simple.
It does. Rumble Studio is very like easy
Boom,
to
boom, done.
use.
Yeah, it's just boom, boom, done. You press button here, do a little thing here, jazz it up with magic there. Boom, done. Gotcha.
And like I haven't figured out how to like show the live chat through OBS, but it's really easy with Rumble Studio. You just click and it will just add the live chat overlay so
Mm,
people can see it during the stream.
mm.
But it's not movable. I was like, so I hope I hope that comes soon where they update it where you can move where it's at because you can only it only is like on the right top side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're talking about the chat overlay
Yeah,
is
the
what you're
chat
talking
overlay.
about.
But
Yeah,
there's cool
that's
different overlays you can do through the Rumble Studio. It's pretty cool. Different
yeah.
themes. Hmm.
Yep, that's the one you saw earlier. Dragging is coming soon. Yeah, that's what I heard. Dragons can be two, but they still have to finish off the two. There's two more things they're trying to get done before the end of the year, and the other one is gifted subs, and the other one was the new dashboard. So hopefully, they'll get that out before the end of the new year, because they did say they were trying to aim for that. So, because they got the emojis on the apps now, so that everyone can have the emojis on the apps, and then they just added reposts. So there you go. Um, but yeah, was it a stream I stopped by or some? Because you were I the last time I remember was you were uh, playing a game with you were playing the Stardew Valley game, but I can't remember where I saw you or got connected for you from.
Like
Because I know
originally?
yeah, because I know I had hemp on, so I don't know if it was from that or from something else.
I mean,
Uh,
I remember like I commented. I left a comment on Hemp's
mm,
just saying, "Hey, sorry I missed it," because I was sorry I missed it live. Like I was like, so I watched the VOD, but
mm.
um, I think like I remember you had Lex on, and
Yeah,
I
like I said,
had and I
oh,
knew Lex Astro
like
because
extra, yeah.
yeah, because I had so this is why like reading is such an awesome feature. So like I think on one of Mam's streams, she rated Lex one
Mm,
time, and I was like, "Oh, cool, another creator." So I follow Lex.
mm,
Then, then I see and then I later on rated him on my own,
mm,
and then I see him, and I had some like fun interactions with him, like in chat, and then he was on your show, and I was
mm.
like, "Hey, it's Lex." So then I like tuned in. So if it's like somebody I know, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah,
think,
Lex.
like, we interacted then because I was interacting in the chat a bit, and then you
Mhm.
were like, "Oh, you know Fairy? Oh, okay. Oh, Fairy's a streamer?" So then it was like yeah.
Yeah, no, because I Lex Astra was from a Pay It Forward stream. I'd stopped by. He was playing. I think he was playing
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto. And I've
Mm.
stopped by a few times after, but he was playing Grand Theft Auto. So I was like, I'll find his Twitter X and go from there. But yeah, I
And so yeah, it's crazy because I only stream on Rumble,
Mhm.
and it's kind of an experiment. So
Yeah.
I wanted to see how much I could just grow just streaming on Rumble, just networking, and
It-
like just being interactive with everybody
mm,
and participating in other and collaborating with other creators.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then like obviously I'm gonna work more towards like outreach and like trying to drive traffic from other places to here, but like
Mhm.
I'm impressed with the amount it's grown just in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I just hit 100 followers, so that's like super
Nice.
awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. What was it? When I first started out, I was doing to both,
mhm,
and um, I don't, I wasn't paying attention to any of that. But I was uploading pre-recorded videos first, and those weren't really getting anywhere because back then they really didn't have what they were having now with the recommendation engine and all that stuff. But um, at a certain point, I was able to stream, and that was sort of okay. I was doing like gaming stuff and whatnot, but
mhm,
that didn't pan out. And then once I hit on the conversational stuff, that's when things sort of like clicked for me. It's
mm,
like, yeah, I'd rather be doing this. And
mhm,
so, what was it? And so I was doing that, and there's more on Rumble than there is on YouTube. But I mean, I'd rather have them both grow because their places still haven't been taken off.
mhm,
So there's that. But yeah, it definitely but first off, the reason why I'm doing the multiple different platforms is because it's a safety net. Um,
mhm.
because if something happens to one account, well, guess what? All that stuff is on that account.
Right. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And I get, my issue, I get if people can't do it because there's a technological aspect, right? You can't afford the tech stuff to do it. But there are too many platforms, and if you have certain issues with them or whatever, that's fine. There's always another one to choose from. But if you're
Mhm.
only using one platform and something happens to you, I don't feel sorry for you. Be I know because I've had all the YouTube stuff, right? You hear the stories from YouTubers
Right.
and Twitchers, whatever. But it's like they were only on that one platform. Like you've had like 5 or 6 of the platforms that have another edition, and now you're like, "Oh, they won't give it back to me. They will get or whatever." I'm just like,
Mhm,
I don't feel sorry for you. You have option. You If you aren't looking at your web here and you aren't looking at the options, if you can do it, right? If you can't do it, then don't worry about it. If you can do it, and something happens to you, I don't feel sorry. You have so many. You got content creators have so many options to choose from now
that's
to
true.
add another one or whatever. There are so many. Well, you can't be everywhere. You can't be everywhere. That's unfortunate. That's the
That's
unfortunate
I
side.
mean, some people can do that, and that's, like, kudos.
Yeah. Big top streamers have teams of people do all the marketing that is needed.
Top shares of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have people to actually do all that stuff for them, so that's how they
Yeah.
can, like, be
Social
on
media.
a
Mhm.
million platforms at once, yes.
Yeah. I just like where I'm at. I may add another platform later on, but for right now, I'm doing pretty well, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. But the point of the matter is that no content creator, other than maybe tech stuff, financial stuff, whatever, should have the excuse of saying, "Well, this one platform I was on, they kind of took me off, and all my stuff was gone." I was like, "Well, you
Mhm.
should have been multi-platforming yourself. I don't feel sorry for you." That may sound mean, but I'm sorry to tell you, you have a lot of different places that you can multi-stream with, restream, StreamYard, whatever. You have multiple places you can stream to. If you're not willing to get up the gumption, other than the technological stuff, to do it, then if something happens to your channel on, say, YouTube, and that's all your stuff was at, oh well, sorry.
Right.
Um, that's not I know it's not a nice thing to sound to say to, but you're in an age of an era. Yeah, Rumble Studio helps with that. You're in an age and area where your excuse should be, "Well, I can't afford it. I don't have the tech stuff for it, or I don't have the mental the I don't want to say mental capacity because that sounds mean, but you just don't have the mental means to do it because I mean it does take a bit out of you. A fairy face.
I was
Hey,
laughing at NC Native, yeah.
you know what? At least you get to hear, so that's the most
Yeah.
important part right there. But yeah, and that's the funny thing too is there are a lot of you have StreamYard, Restream, or whatever, and they charge you for going to multiple places or
They
past a certain
do.
time point,
Mhm.
and Rumble Studio doesn't, and
Right.
that's what gives. I think that's what gives Rumble Studio an edge is that they have something that no other platform has, and that's they have their own video streaming service. Well, they have
Right.
their own streaming platform thingy. I don't know what to
Mhm.
call it.
Yeah,
No,
and then they have the Rumble Cloud, so
yeah,
that so you have that alternative now. Because the whole problem that happened with Parler, where
yeah,
they
mhm,
got pulled, the Amazon servers pulled them,
yep,
right? And Rumble's like, "Okay, what can we do to make sure that doesn't happen?" "Oh, I know, let's make our own cloud server."
yeah,
So, that's fantastic, and I'm like and it's great, and I really hope that this like, for me, it's like that's such a great thing because now other independent platforms can use it as well without
mhm,
having to worry about getting
yeah,
pulled from the servers. So,
yeah,
um, yeah, they're doing a lot. I don't think they get enough I think, it's, like, easy to sit back and criticize. It's like, "Did you build do you know how hard it is to, like, build your own social media, like, website?" Like, it's very easy to criticize. It's so much, like,
yeah,
I don't think people realize how much work goes into it. It's like, they've made a lot of, like, advancements and updates, so it's
mhm,
just it takes time because they don't have the gabillion dollars that Google has.
yeah.
So they're
The
not gonna yeah.
the resources that Google has is
Right,
beyond measurable because
right.
it's Google, it's global. But that's I mean, it's YouTube is Google too, so it's just both Google.
Right,
But
Google owns YouTube, so that's why it's like you can't really it's not really fair to compare.
mhm,
It just isn't because,
yeah,
yeah.
people are
YouTube's
trained
been
to
around
complain.
since what, 2005?
Yeah, 2005. Well, the
Mhm,
and they weren't bought by Google until late 2006. So
mhm,
basically, they had a free year of by the creators. So you could say that YouTube has been around since 2005, but Google hasn't owned it since till the end of 2006. So
mhm,
yeah, yeah. No,
and I
and it's
remember it in its early days, it was really different.
mhm. Yes, it
Yeah.
was even with Google at the head. People are trying to complain upgrades. There are some valid complaints to be had for Rumble, of course. They want to be um, they want to be they want to bring up the stuff with the success stuff, but some people have issue with streaming quality, some people have issue with this, some people with this, and it's sort of trying to get that across to like instead of you see on Twitter X whenever some Rumble video at Rumble video thing post pops up, people say, "Well, your UI sucks." Okay, but what about the UI sucks? And they never give an answer after that. I'm like, really? Feedback means you have to give a little more detail because
Mhm.
you have to realize what you're working with.
Right, like, give constructive feedback,
Mhm,
it's not useful if you're just like, "This sucks." And it's like, okay, you need to, like, give constructive feedback of, like,
mhm,
what exactly is the problem, what exactly you wanna, um, the issue is, what you feel like needs to be
mhm,
changed, and, because it's like then they can look into it,
mhm. Yeah,
um,
it's
but
better
it's
than
like,
saying your mother's a whore, and it's like, well, really? That's helpful.
"It sucks, I just want my money." Yeah, that doesn't really it's not very, like,
Mhm,
useful to them, um also, just, like, yelling at them on social media isn't probably like it's like if you have an issue, contact their support, So it's like
yeah,
and then
it's
explain your problem that you're having. It's like, and then they'll try fix it, work it out. So it's like, yeah. I
yeah,
just don't know why people will just, like, go on social media and be like, because it's like, do you know how many messages they, like, must get? Like, it's so hard to, like, filter through all of that.
yeah. The emails must be spammed aplenty, but at the end of the day, I mean, they have okay, so they have gotten the the repost out. They've gotten the emoji thing on apps out, so that's great.
I know
And
the
the
emojis on the app, that was great.
yeah. those are small peaches to what people, the gifted subs and the new dashboard, because those are
Mm-hmm.
two things we're waiting on too. And
Gifted
there,
sub. Yes.
yeah, gifted subs, and yeah, and again, there are some valid criticism, streaming quality and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, um, you know, there are their own original. That is true.
That's
I mean,
true. People
there
don't
there's
realize
a
how much it is their own internet. It is a lot of the time.
yeah. But at the end of the day, there is still some valid criticisms to be made, and people just have to know how to do it right, to bring, like you said, constructive criticism. But some don't. They just let their frustrations and anger do it. I mean, there are some people I know that got burned by the last partner program,
Uh-huh.
and their thought process won't change at Rumble because they were burned and they're just gonna treat it. Some people don't harping too much are harping a lot on the chat censorship thing, and they're like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things one can harp on, but at the end of the day, it's either give some constructive criticism or go be successful elsewhere and never worry about this platform anymore. That's the thing that
Right.
gets me. That's the thing that
Like,
gets me. Go ahead.
mm-hmm. Know what you're gonna say?
No, it's just that's what gets me is like if a platform's burns you, but you keep coming back and being, just plain negative and trying to call them out on stuff that's really not going to be helpful and bringing it better,
Mm-hmm.
then you seem to be having a bigger issue than the platform does. Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, yeah, that was already explained, but a lot of people are, they don't care. They're gonna harp on, well, they pronounce themselves as free speech. So, if their chat censor is still there, they're not real free speech. And I'm like, you're on the internet. What is free speech?
Right.
But can anyone here on the internet tell me what is free speech on the internet? Because I'm here to tell you, it's not really free speech on the internet. Yeah, you can go to Twitter X. There's still people getting censored for a bundle of sticks. So, and then you
Right.
got
And then they also, because a lot, um, you have to try and be appealing to advertisers.
mhm.
So there's that like um
Yeah,
side
and
of it.
people have been seeing some
Yeah, the
Netflix.
app's ridiculous with that has to be stopped. Like, I don't know how we can stop it, but the Google Apple Store on the App Store got
Mhm.
price gouging, taking 30%.
Oh, you added in the 20% that, Rumble takes, it's
Yeah.
50%.
So then it makes so if anyone sends you a rant through the app, the creator only gets half of it, as opposed to if they just do it on the web, they get 80%
Mhm. Yeah,
of it.
well, it's kinda
So
hard to when 50% is going to 2 different places.
right,
The total amount. Yeah.
and I don't wanna support the Google Apple Store, so it's like,
Mhm.
um so what I actually did was because there was one time where I wanted to send someone a rant, and I wasn't at home, so I had only my phone, so I
Mhm.
actually opened a web browser
Yeah,
and went to, like, rumble.com on my web browser and did it that way and bypassed the App Store,
yeah.
but I wish they would make an easier way to just bypass it entirely.
You wanna talk about who has too much app pull? Ask
Yeah.
Google.
Right.
Well, do you think YouTube pays any fee from the Android App Store? Probably not.
Mm-mm. It's a total price gouge. Like, why are you taking such a whopping 30%? It's ridiculous. Just to
Well,
have your app there in the App Store? No.
mm,
And that
yeah,
also keeps the little guys out from being able to be and successful
yeah.
in the App Store. It's like, no, that's such a high, hefty price.
Yep, it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah,
Yeah.
there was at least a solution offered of is separating the web and app because then you could be okay with the app part, but then the web could do whatever it wants. But it's under again, I understand the conversation from both ends, but one is just really nasty about things and they're not very helpful and all this stuff. I'm just like,
Right.
guys, you're
Like,
you're
you have to
like,
be understanding with the situation. Like, these are all the things we have to, like, kinda work this is what we have to work with, you know?
mm.
right now, and it's all things that it's going to take time to like figure out how to solve these problems,
Yeah.
you know, because having just a free speech platform, like it's complicated. It's not easy. Yeah.
You can't drag people out of the app. For, yeah, yeah, I know. But I mean,
Yeah, you
people.
can't. The App Store doesn't allow you to redirect. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, the
It's
policies are
against the
very
App Store policy.
policies. Well, you don't have to say
Yes,
very. You can
they're
just say they're
they're
strict.
they're
Policies are
pretty
strict.
strict
They're pretty.
about that.
They're strict. Um, but I mean, again, it's the same thing with if there are issues with something that people have, say, a videos or something wrong. Look, guys, you are on a tech type platform, and a majority of you do not understand the coding. You do not understand the
Mhm.
technology that's being used. All you
Mhm.
think of is this thing works. It works like I should, and that's it. And that's where, of course, the comparisons to YouTube kind of like, well, YouTube works just fine. Why can't you do that? Because you people don't understand the tech behind the matter.
Right.
Even
Like
even yeah.
yeah, like if you could do something as simple as like where it's to you, you're just like clicking a button. You have no idea how much work went into you clicking that button to do whatever function it's doing.
Mm,
A whole ton of coding and a
mhm,
whole ton of work
mhm.
went into creating some feature that took you like 2 seconds to like click and do.
Yep. And it cost money.
Yes.
Like like building your own website costs money.
And
If
hosting and using bandwidth costs money.
money.
Yeah.
Next that should be the show is like what cost money? We're gonna tell you all the things that cost money. Look, it's a car. Cost money. Look at that phone right there. Cost money. You see that house right on the street? Well, not that looks like a shack, but the person in the house across the way, that costs money. Welcome to our show. What costs money? I'm glad you're here. It
Like I had the pleasure of like talking to like and meeting like knowing like programmers, and I until I like knew programmers and had conversations with them, I had no idea how complicated it actually was to build websites and do all these things. Like I was like, "Oh wow."
and another thing was pointed out to me too when I've had another person on Hans, great guy, was that um, what people don't understand is when you say this thing isn't working, I'm people come back and ask you questions about okay, so what isn't about you have to remember you when you have an issue, you need to give as much detail as possible because
Yes.
this is a
And
troubleshooting matter.
yeah, and they're asking the questions to troubleshoot. 'Cause
Mhm.
it's like it's a process of elimination. I've, like I've worked tech support, so I understand how this, like, works. So, um, where I yeah, you have to take them through because you have to make you're doing process of elimination, and a
Yeah.
lot of times people will get mad and they won't realize that because they're, like, annoyed you're asking all this and they're like, "Why don't you believe me? It's not working." It's like, "No, I'm not saying I don't believe you." I'm
Yeah.
saying we need to go through well, I already did all those things. Well, I need to make sure that you did those things because you can't just assume that the person tried all the steps,
Yeah.
right? So it's like because sometimes it was a simple thing as like people get annoyed when you suggest this, but it's like sometimes it's as simple as restart your device. Fix you know how many times that like turn it off and then on again. Fix the issue, but it does a lot of the time fix the issue. Um and just, like, basic things like that, so you have to make sure they actually, like, did the basic stuff of fixing the problem, and then you go from there. It's like, "Okay, this didn't work." Now we go on to the more advanced next thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now we might have to, like, submit a ticket and
Yeah.
yeah, and all that, so it's like, um did you plug in your computer?
It won't turn on. Well, why isn't that turning
But
on? Did you plug in your PC?
funny thing,
Does it have gas in it?
so I used to, I used to work in, Nintendo's call center,
Oh, really?
and, 'cause I live like, I so I'm I live in California now, but I originally was in the Seattle area,
Mm,
and Nintendo headquarters is like it's like it's like quote Seattle area. It's like east of it's a eastern suburb is where it's
Right.
located of Seattle, but in Redmond. So
Okay.
but like it I worked at their call center and
Mm.
I would troubleshoot for so I remember when I was like troubleshooting for the Wii
Right.
and like they they were trying to put in the disc and it was not scanning the disc. So I'm
Mm.
like, okay, make sure you're putting in the disc the correct direction, make sure the label is upright,
Mm.
all of that. How do you have the Wii? Is it standing on its side? Is it laying down? I finally figured out they had it upside down. So they had the Wii laying down, but they had the console itself upside down,
Mm-mm.
which was hilarious.
You just gotta clap for humanity at that point.
Yes.
Uh,
I was just like, this was funny. And then the other funnier calls that I remember I would get would be there'd be like the stressed out housewife because she accidentally vacuum because you know how the Wii had like the little sensor bar
mm.
thing that like
Yep.
plug and it had the little cord. They'd be vacuuming and they'd accidentally knock it off and vacuum the cord. And they're like, "Oh no," because they're like panicking. So they're thinking, "Oh no, how much is this gonna cost? $10. $10 to replace it, no big deal." And they'd always be like super relieved because they're thinking, "Oh no, we have to pay for the whole console or something," or I don't know like
Yeah.
what they thought, but like they were panicking. I was like, "Can send you a replacement, $10, easy." Oh phew.
Yep.
I thought my kid or my husband was gonna kill me. It's like hilarious.
That is, yeah, but it simply comes down to that people are too what's the word? They're so used to the instant gratification that they forget that the things behind the scenes take
Mhm.
time to build, and they're like,
Mhm.
well, they should have already had it already. Well,
It
okay, but
takes time.
yeah, what are you doing to help with that? It's like, I don't need to. It's their job. They're getting paid. It's like blah blah blah. Okay, I get it. I get it. You're frustrated and angry. But I'm not. I mean, I've gotten frustrated and angry too. But I'm not also not a kiss but either. So you try to stay somewhere in the middle to try to like, hey, I'll help you out if you guys get to it. But at the end of the day, I've been doing my own thing with trying to do like something called Rumble Squared, which is sort of trying to collect data for
Mhm.
people, what the issues and people have, and I just got to get better at translating that data because I have to. Not only do I have to give us something to, I don't have to do it, but not only do I need to give a detailed version of that to say the Rumble crew, but also to give a version of uh, that to regular people so they can read and understand. Like, okay, so this is what discussed. Because last time it was like I think the biggest thing, or at least the one thing that had common denominator of the conversation was the studio. People wanted OBS style sort of thing with it. They wanted
Mhm.
I had camera issue stuff that needed to be resolved,
Mhm.
all that. But I mean, they've gotten better with it, so it's only gonna get better in time. It's just
Mhm.
again, you're dealing with stuff that you don't get to see per se, or don't get to deal with yourself. Like, yeah. But
Right.
I do.
And then whenever they add a new thing, because and this is just how it goes with technology
Mm,
anytime, is that anytime they make an update, sometimes, most often, it breaks something else
mm,
or it's not gonna function perfectly despite testing. There's always like because there's a million things that can go wrong.
yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
so, yeah, sometimes there's bugs and then they have to like deal with it and fix it
Mhm.
and figure out what the issue is. Because like, okay, it's cool in Rumble Studio, they added where you can message from
Right.
within the Rumble Studio. However,
Mhm.
only the person hosting can do it because as it's been discovered, if any of the guests like if I were to try and type right now in it, it will cause it to crash.
Oh, so you can't type in it?
Only you can, but any of the guests
Well, no, you can private
participant
message.
Any of the participants can't type in the Rumble Studio part chat.
Oh, well, you can private message, but I think it's the outgoing part because you have to have accounts for those outgoing bits and pieces. Um,
Oh, maybe the internal one, but like, yeah, not for the
Yeah.
the
because you only have an account on Rumble, so you would only be able to say message to Rumble. So I guess they'd have to figure out how that is. But
yeah. I don't know why it shouldn't crash though for like the other participants. So I think they need
I
to
haven't
fix
had a
that.
crash. Internal chat.
Because that ask Hemp. It keeps happening on Hemp Hangout.
Well, it keeps happening
Yeah.
because he keeps typing the wrong thing in. That's why it keeps happening to him. He types in the wrong letter. And it's like, oh, it shut down on me. I keep pressing. Why do I keep pressing the letter P a lot? Come on, P P P P P P P P P. Yeah. Of course, if they charge more money a month, maybe they could hire more devs. Yeah, of course, but then people wouldn't be paying premium anymore.
Right, but then it's like that's a lot, you know.
Well, I don't know what you're doing, Hemp. Man, goodness. You must be like slathering it on there. I bet you anything. You're sitting on your keyboard with your butt. You're just sitting right there, just like, why are you butt keyboarding? What's going on here? That it's such a shame in life when you have a friend who not only butt dials but butt keyboards and says, you know what? I can't figure out what's wrong with Rumble Studio.
Howdy.
Hey, Fatal. How's it going, sir? Well, but and then again, that's where you're like, so what happened? So I had something yesterday that happened. What happened was is that I had Sammy 3P'd on. Oh, and now he blasts me with like triple the amount of emojis. Y'all in Supernova. Well, maybe you should hear us. Hello, can you hear us? Hello. No, yesterday.
I'm sorry, all you have on super low.
I'm not super low.
Oh no, he has us on super low, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he says, and I have you all on super low. Hello.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem, Hen.
Yeah, that does sound like a personal problem, like everything else in life. But but yesterday what happened was is that the YouTube chat was not updating in Rumble Studios because it combines all the chats where you stream to. And so what I did is I took pictures of, okay, so this is what Rumble Studios chat is looking like, and this is where the YouTube chat, because I have Rumble Studios open, I have the the Rumble portion open, and I have the their chat. I mean the YouTube side open, because some could go wrong, you can miss stuff. So I want to keep up on that. And luckily my computer doesn't, whatever. But anyway, so I took pictures of that. I took screenshots of saying, okay, so this, because at one point, the live count stopped for the YouTube and it was stuck on the number 4. So what I did was I edited it, using photo thing and Microsoft. I edited that. I said it pointed over here, here, here. Did all this stuff. I put it in there saying this is what was happening. This is where it looks like, and I underlined all this stuff. I marked all these things because they need detail. And it's better, and the funniest thing is if you can give them a picture or a video, obviously not being one of those people that be idiots, you can help cut down on writing essays and essays of words. But you could just do like this, and this, and then done.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it's been pretty helpful. Like I know what to do, but most people are like, I just want this thing to work. Get it done and over with. I just want this thing to work. They don't understand is that's not how it works.
It's
I'm
like,
sorry to tell you.
yeah, provide as much information. What device are you using? Are you on a web browser? Are you using the app? What web browser are you using?
I'm
All
on
of
the
these
toilet.
things. What software version on your phone? All of that. All of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's where I wasn't too detailed with the last one, last Rumble Squared. So this one I'm gonna try to get a little more detailed, 'cause it's only once a month, but the thing of it is there's a better way of doing it. It's just
Mhm.
I how it was described to me is I have to turn a 2D into a 3D situation, and I
Mhm.
don't really know how to do that well. But I
Yeah.
do talk to a lot of different people, so there's some way of finding out how to do it. It's just I just have to get into conversation with one of them there and say, okay, I have this information. What's the best way to present it to you? And I don't have anyone to talk to at Rumble to find an answer. So
Yeah, because it would be good to have maybe like a step-by-step troubleshoot guide for people so that they knew what information needed to be,
we've
submitted. I've seen certain websites where they have an actual like drop where they have form where you have to select each thing. Like
yeah.
it asks you before you can even submit your thing of all the questions they need to know, right?
Mhm,
Like, and then even a place where you can upload screenshots of your
mhm,
error or whatever it is.
yep.
And so yeah, I think it would be good to have that kind of a thing because you want to try and make it as easy on the user end as possible.
Mm, yeah,
To,
and
and
fortunately, they just don't have anything right now for
right,
where you can send that stuff other than emailing. But
right. Other than like the emails, so hopefully that will come at some point.
yeah,
Like I said, it's like Rumble's still growing, and eventually things will get more streamlined.
mhm,
Um,
yeah.
like how some of the bigger companies do.
Yeah,
So,
they have to build everything from they're building everything from scratch, obviously, Rumble Cloud
mhm,
and all that stuff. But, I mean, it doesn't take away from it doesn't take away the excuse for valid criticism, but
mhm,
it does take away of understanding that, you know, the resources they have are, say, 1/4 of what Google has,
mhm.
and
It's gonna
you're
take
at
time.
yeah,
Mhm.
you're asking, and in the beginning, they weren't really I don't think they were aiming for to be competitor to YouTube, they were just doing what they were doing, but, at the end of it all, um, you just gotta give more detailed well, a bit as much detail as you can offer yourself,
Mhm.
and then go from there, and if they ask questions, you answer them as honestly as you can, and then none of this hostility or negativity thing, just try to do your best because at the end of the day, there are
Yeah.
people who aren't right there, they can't see your computer, they can't see what
Right,
you see,
right.
all that
So it
stuff.
makes it so much more difficult, to troubleshoot when you can't it's like, yeah, when you can't see what the person's seeing.
Mm,
See, and I think a lot of people just they get frustrated, and it's like sometimes you just need to take a deep breath. Maybe you need to go take a walk and like cool down
mm.
and take a break for a minute before you try to figure out this problem. Because it's like when you're in the heat of the moment, you're frustrated because whatever isn't working and you're mad now. You're like, because
Grr,
you want it to work.
I'm
And
going to get you all!
sometimes
Um,
it's good to go take a breather and go do something else for a while, or go take a
mm,
walk or a deep breath, because it's like, yeah, and then approach it. Because then you actually, if you approach it more calmly, you're more likely to find a solution, and also you're not going to yell at support and make somebody else have a bad day too. Because at the end of the day, there's a human on the other end, and I think people forget this.
and they have to deal with your crap in the end, other than your family members and or loved ones. But
That's
anyway,
why, like, have I try to always be as nice as possible when I'm dealing with support because when you've been on the other side of it, you're like, yeah. So I always try to be as nice as possible, and and this is just something, and it's kind of funny, but there's a karma thing
mm,
in the customer support world
mm,
because I hate having to contact support. I will avoid it at all costs. I will spend hours trying to figure out myself or go on the internet try to to avoid having to actually like call or email anybody. And but if I do end up I have no choice and I have to contact support, and you know how like places will have like a survey, they'll do like a survey thing of how did they do, right?
mm.
Rate your experience or whatever. So if you work in customer support, you have to give everyone perfect score because it's karma. Because it's karma because you've been on the other end of it where you got someone who was angry and they just scored you bad because they were mad and they didn't give you the answer, you didn't give them the answer they wanted, even though it's like you don't have control over these things. It's like this is how it is. I'm
Mm.
sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news. you know?
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
all I can do to help you. I can't do all these other things you're asking for. This is the only thing I can do. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And they'll still like be mad and penalize you for it. Um,
Beat you upside the head with it.
but so it's just this unspoken thing amongst people at work that I've ever worked because like we always give good score to unless they're just super terrible and like or super super awful. I'll give them a perfect score even if they were just okay
Yep.
because
It's
it's like cut them a break. They have a hard job, so um. But yeah, it's like you need to. I think people just in general need to have. I feel like people need to be reminded to have a little more compassion.
mhm.
And it's like, these are people that you're talking like, you need to, like, I don't understand why to just be disrespectful, like, it's just, like, you don't need to, like, lose it, Like, just calm it, like, try to just it's like and just try to deal with it professionally like you would like you would if you were going to, like, a job interview. Would you yell at your boss? Would you talk to your boss this way? Would you talk
Bet
to,
you,
like,
bet you
your
they would.
coworkers is when you're at the bank? Is that how, like
Bet you they
I
would.
don't know, like, maybe some of these people that's you, they're just, like, mean to everyone. I don't know, but
Bet you they would. I bet you they slap that person in the face too. why, why we leave why we leave with that regard. It is I actually don't yell for the
okay.
record. Well, I wasn't holding you to that, but since you've told us, I believe you. Maybe.
I
But I know I know people
usually when
that do,
people are
and
mad, it's easy, you just need to let them vent and get it out, and then you can, like, deal with it. That's what I usually would do when I deal with that's what you call escalated, when they're escalated.
gotta escalate that
That's
person's yelling at you.
that's when they're, like, really mad.
Let's send them back to the pool. They'll wait a while, and for a
I
while
was
they'll
like,
come
"I'll
back
let
like,
them vent and, like, say their stuff." "Okay,
"Are you
I'm
done
here."
yet? Okay, I'll put your phone down." But anyway, it is the top of the hour again, and I think we'll end it here because I do have to get up in the morning. So, um,
Yes.
yeah.
It's been
But
really
no, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Like we did with the last one, so we'll go ahead and promote ourselves, do a few things, and then we'll be done for the night. So the floor is yours.
Oh, to, like, promote again? Okay.
Get it, promote yourself. I'm not gonna do it for you. I'm not your parent. I'm gonna hold your hand. Oh.
Alright, alright. Yes, so you can find me streaming. I stream video games of all sorts and varieties. I am a variety streamer, so you'll see me playing all different kinds of games at Very Mysterious Adventures on Rumble. That is my channel. You can also find me at Fairy Mist Games on Twitter.
Mhm.
Give me a tweet. Give me a
Slap it.
follow. I'd
Slap
appreciate
a
it.
chicken on it, and you'll find her. Um,
But those like the best. Yeah, X is probably like the best place to
Reach you.
reach out to me, contact me.
I thought it would have been like a smoke signal. I was like, hold on, guys, I got it.
I'm
Nope,
also
no
on
response.
Discord, so if you want to like friend me on Discord, send me a message. I'm on there as well.
Yeah. So you're a Discord lady, a Twitter X lady, and you're a Rumble lady. Well, not bad. But yeah, your of course your links are down below in the
Yeah,
description on both Rumble and YouTube, because I streamed to both those places. Or send it. Hey! Made by the same artist. Don't go throwing yourself out
your
that door yet.
second outro is way better than your first. What?
What? Well, no.
What is he talking about?
I think he means intro for the first intro. Goodness sake. Um. Oh, is he talking about the top of the hour thing? Goodness sake. You should just said that. Don't say outro. I'm going to think you're talking about the end of the show. Goodness sake. But anyway, yes. Fairies links are down below. Of course, the correct link, and you just corrected that as well, so that's great. Um, but again, if you want to know, if for my end of things, if you're on the Rumble side, whether on the YouTube side, doesn't matter. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the sharing the content, or leaving a follow or comment. Anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help me in being seen more as the other content creators, it also helps in having other people on. Like I've had people who are or aren't creators. At the end of the day, this is not just a creator place. This is a almost everyone's space, and I say almost everyone because there are bad actors out there, so they know how to use that. Um, But anyway, um, any help on either end for the engagement factor is much appreciated. So I thank you all for that. Of course, if you want to see where else I'm at, there's a link down below. You can find my stuff there. Or if you don't want to do that, you can leave a comment on either YouTube or Rumble if you would like to take up the opportunity to come on yourself. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is not just for creators. This is also for non-creators too. So that is that from my end.
Still on. Yes.
I'm still yes.
Because
I'm
we're
still,
entertaining.
yeah. We're entertaining.
I could do this for 4 more hours.
4 more hours. You could do for 4 more hours. I think you should play a game, burn the energy elsewhere. 1 more hour. I'm not getting paid enough for that, and I got work. Bedtime. Have a good night. All right. See you later, Big Z. See you later. Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
stopping
night,
by.
Big Z.
All right. Of
We
course,
should-
there is no pay it forward this week because I will be gone for the weekend. I have a family
Aw.
event to go to, so I'll be gone for that. But I will be back Monday, so hope to see you. Hope to see you Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, guys. So don't forget that. The next week's schedule will be out on Sunday as always. So hopefully you'll be able to come for that. But anyway, of course, the last thing I do for this show is called Questions from Hat, which I bought a hat from Mumble. I put questions inside it. What the dealio is that my guest, you, would get 2 freebies. And then if people want to have more pulled out, then they'd have to pay a rant for it because I'm not monetized in YouTube. So sorry, YouTube side. But because Lex and Hemp gave a rant earlier, that'll be counted. So you'll get 4 questions.
Oh my.
4 questions. Oh, it's not that big. We'll be through them. Breezy, easy, beautiful cover girl. All right. Reaching in the hat. My eyes are closed. I'm not even looking. I'm just reaching. And what was this first one here? Green one. And this one. And this one is. If I can get it open because I gotta deal with that posting up stuff. Question is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh wow. That's a difficult one, actually. Best piece of advice I've ever received.
Hmm. What's the or we could just go with what's the piece of advice you received? Like what's a good piece of advice you've received over time?
I would say like to believe in to believe in myself
Mm,
more
yeah,
and don't be afraid to fail.
it's true. A lot of people are afraid of that because that to crush your enemies, see them trying your limitations of them. That too.
Conan.
That could be true. But no, you're not wrong. I mean, that's I think almost everyone has that, not wanting to fail and try to get out of your thing. But at the end of the day, I think you can surprise yourself once you do get past that. So
Yeah, don't be like that's how you learn is by making mistakes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely that. And of course, question number 2. Let's see what it says. Uh, if you could make one silly law that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
Oh. One
Silly,
silly law.
silly as a silly does. What would it be?
Hmm. Oh, there's so many possibilities.
Yeah. Just pick one, the first one that comes to your mind. Just pick the first one that comes to your mind.
Um
Yeah,
silly. I would say, um,
just pick whatever pops in your head.
you must
Must what?
dress up like a fairy at least once a year, or I don't know, not counting not on Halloween.
There are some people who dress up like fairies for the remainder of their lives, but we're not gonna get into that.
Or maybe just, like, dress up or whatever. Like, you have to, like, cosplay. I don't know.
You're gonna reach into some territory you do not want to know. Um, everybody must dress up like a fairy on their birthday. Aw, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Hey, I like that. That's a good okay.
You can't use chats. Come on, that's cheating. No, you're fine. All right. Here's question number 3, number Tress, and this says, "Oh, here's go. What is your favorite curse word?"
My favorite curse word?
What
Hmm.
is your favorite curse word? Do you even have one? It should be the real question first. Do you have a real favorite curse word? And if you do, what is it?
Do I have a favorite one? I guess I'm trying to think of the one I use the most. I mean, I do say shit a lot.
That'll work. Unfortunately, unfortunately, it won't.
It's versatile.
No, I mean, it can be. I've
It can
seen
have
people.
many different meanings depending on the situation.
It all ends up there though. That's for certain. Um, what word do you use after helping a bad customer?
You don't even wanna know.
There's just so many. There, it's true. That's true, folks. Well, I'm late because I work around my guest schedule. Don't harp on me. What do you use after helping a bad customer? I don't know. Preparation H, something like that.
Unspeakable things.
Unspeakable things. That's what your doctor says. It's unspeakable. This last one, unless someone gives a rant, is: do you prefer coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Now, why is that?
'Cause it's delicious? I don't know, like, I really, like I've always preferred coffee over tea, even though like, I've been better about drinking more tea because it's just really good. It has a lot of medicinal properties to it. But coffee, actually, in moderation, is also very good for you. It's good for, like, your bowels.
Yeah. Oh, I could eat fiber for that. Oh, see,
Um
live search says tea. That's right in agreement with your tea. Yeah, just tea.
Oh, no, see, that happened. When did that
But what? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All
what
right, there she is.
what
What?
did that it did, like, a error thing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What happened?
It brought up okay, I should have taken a picture of that, but it brought up like like a error on their
Yes.
side. Yeah, so that's oh, well, there's that.
That's been happening sometimes. I don't know what's causing it.
Neither do I, but we're all still here.
Okay.
Still good. All I had to do was like refresh, so I didn't
Yeah, I
need.
just had to refresh and it fixes it.
Yep. See, we're all good here. Native Americans made tea. I'm not aware. Well, I heard there are people who drink coffee that from coffee beans that were excremented. So I don't know what to tell you with that one. But all right, yeah, we're still looking good on both ends.
But tea has yeah, a lot of health benefits depending on the tea.
Oh goodness. As long as I don't have to hear about it being excremented it through some animal poop, I think we're good. But anyway, of course, that is the end of the show. Again, guys, there will be no pay it forward stream this week. Next week there will be, and until the end, right till the end of the year. But no, but thank you for coming on, Fairy. I know it was a bit late, but it's been a blast. Tea is cheap too. Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
this has been really fun, and thank you so much for inviting me on.
Oh yeah, no, you're always welcome to come back. I'd like to get Miss Ma'am on, but even having Beware the Moon on didn't help. So it's been a rough ride trying to get some people on. Cappy Luwak. What? Oh, Kopi Luwak. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The one that has the coffee beans being excremented. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. But anyway, again, I'll be back on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Look out for the next week's schedule to Sunday. And thank you all for being here, even after that little blip, that like little hiccup. Let's see. And of course, as always, and don't forget to mute your mic so it doesn't bleed in. One Day with You by Pogo. And again, guys, if you want to see Pogo's other stuff, link down below. All you got to do is click on it. It'll take you straight to his channel. So thank you guys for being here. See you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh no, we're breaking up. No. See you guys later.